This week, I thought it's about time I show you my mussels. We're talking about these ones. So we've got these beautiful blue mussels over here, and we're going to be doing the most amazing Portuguese-Indian style yellow curry with them. So you're going to have beautiful plump mussels in this rich but delicate gravy, and I'm going to show you how. Now, most people are a bit worried about cooking mussels, especially my students who come to the Heavenly Morsel cooking classes. They worry that, they're not going to be able to cook it properly or they'll overcook it. But I tell you what, out of all the seafood out there, mussels are the easiest ones to cook. So if you're starting your journey with seafood cookery, or you just want something really quick but impressive, go to the mussels. Now, you've probably heard that when a mussel doesn't open, it's no good to eat. But that is not true. All that it means is that the mussel possibly has really strong adductor muscles, and all you need to do is pry it open. Now, if a mussel actually is off, you can smell it. And all you need to do, tap it, and then it shuts back. And that's how you know it's a live mussel, because you can only cook with live mussels. Now, when you buy mussels, most of the time they come in a nice vacuum packed. They're super fresh and great. However, a few of them you'll notice there's beard over here. Now, all these are the fibers that the mussel latches onto a solid surface while it grows. And as it grows, the mussel's beard gets bigger as well. Nothing to worry about. All you do is hold on to that tightly, pull, and out she goes, okay? So that beard you need to discard. The only one thing to be wary of is when you're pulling these beards out, you just need to watch that rim, because that can be a little bit sharp. So fingers out the way and pull that rim off. As you can see, we really don't need a lot of ingredients to make this spectacular dish. We've got our aromatics, which are the shallots. We've got fresh ginger, and we've got garlic. So we're going to start off with these three first. Now, with your ginger, we need fresh ginger. People at my cooking school will also notice and ask me, why sometimes are you using the paste and then why are you using fresh? You get different flavors with either one, okay? So for this one, I need really punchy, zingy ginger, so we're going to use the fresh. Now, I like to use the old ginger for cooking and the young ginger for desserts. So think stem ginger, candied ginger, all of that. We will be using our young ginger. Now, we don't want to waste anything, especially when we've got this beautiful organic ginger. So what you're going to do is grab a little teaspoon and then just start shaving. Look at that, absolutely no waste, and it comes out beautifully. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just get majority of the skin off and then we're good to go. Like that. Okay. Pop the skin aside. Now, I would like this in a julienne cut. So all that is, it's a fancy term for cutting it into coins, and you don't want them too thick. And then grabbing these together, stack them up, and then get a really fine chop here. And there you have it, your perfect little matchsticks. And these are going to hold while they cook and exude their gorgeous ginger oil. Now, for the shallots. In India, in the south, especially in Portuguese-Indian cooking, we love to use pearl shallots, which are tiny little gorgeous pearl-shaped shallots. However, in Australia, we have banana shallots or French shallots, and they can do the same. So top, tail, and then you're going to cut down the middle, peel those gorgeous pink skins off. And the beauty about using shallots is that you get a very mild, very delicate, but sweet flavor that you won't find in a brown onion. Now, I always get asked, can I use a red onion? No, we're using shallots. They're not hard to find, you can find them even at supermarkets. So, we're going to cut this way. And you get these beautiful half circle shapes. Now you want to get a nice thin slice so that it melts into the gravy. We don't want big bits of shallot to bite into. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got the onions chopped, we are going to go and add some heat. However, we are going to use a green chili because you get a wonderful fruity flavor from this. Every chili has its purpose and its flavor with Indian cuisine. So I'm going to go ahead with the long green one. There's not a lot of heat in those, unlike the little small ones. And then you're going to go ahead, take the top off, and then cut it in half lengthways. Now, even the way you chop your chili, garlic, onion, it gives different flavors. So for this one, even though I'm using a whole chili, don't freak out because it's not hot, because we're going to be cutting it into long julienne slices. If I went ahead and chopped it fine, then we're going to get more heat. However, this is just going to add a wonderful fruitiness and a little kiss of warmth. What we can do now is with the tip of your knife, you're going to go and trace that contour of that chili so you get a beautiful long piece. So we're going to just go ahead, and at this point you can go ahead and de-seed it. And all you have to do is get underneath that membrane and go straight out. And what you get is all the seeds contained nicely. And then you can go ahead and keep contouring. There we have it. Now there are so many different types of chili used in Indian cuisine. You've got the Kashmiri chilies, which are the red wrinkly ones. They are dried and they impart the most beautiful smoky yet mild flavor. And we use green chilies for that fresh fruity notes. So all that's left is to halve these tomatoes. Now you want the tiny little ones because they're just pops of sweetness. We don't want the big ones. Halve them, place them here, and the rest happens at the stove. Whenever I cook with coconut oil, it takes me right back to my childhood days with my nana, who was the first one to teach me how to cook. All these beautiful smells with this mustard seed, the curry leaf, it's just everything her. So what we're going to start off with is getting some coconut oil into this pot. Now you want some extra virgin coconut oil, the pure stuff, and then you're going to melt that down. Now you could use olive oil, which is what I generally cook with. However, for some recipes, you can't go wrong with using coconut. So we're going to swirl that around, get that nice and hot, and then we are going to go ahead with our spices. So this recipe calls for whole spices, not powdered ones. And what we have here is the black mustard seed and fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek seeds have a wonderful warmth to them, and the black mustard seeds are nutty and delicious. The only one thing I will say, the oil needs to be hot. Whenever you're cooking with whole spices, especially black mustard seeds, you need hot oil, and then the spices can go in and release their delicious flavors. Otherwise, you can run the risk of them tasting bitter, which we don't want. Fenugreek seeds are notorious for being bitter, but if you follow my directions, you will avoid that. As soon as they hit the pan, you've got 5 seconds, and then we need to go ahead with the aromatics, which are the shallots, ginger, garlic, and these wonderful fresh curry leaves. They're going to splutter, so be careful. Now that the oil is nice and hot, we're going to go ahead with fenugreek seeds and black mustard seeds. Swirl them, count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead with the curry leaves, de-sprig them, and we're only going to be using fresh ones. All those ones you find dried in the packet, useless. Don't even think about using them. And then we're going to go ahead, swirl them around. Oh, that crackling is so delicious. And then the aromatics straight in. And you just want to remain on a medium heat. We don't want to burn those seeds, but we do want to get a nice color. Now, as I've mentioned before, the color of the onion with Indian food determines the flavor you get from it. As I said before as well, it's a delicate dish, so we don't want to get too much color because then we start getting bittersweet compounds releasing from the onion. I personally like using a spatula when cooking because of that flexibility. You can really smash down into those onions, those ginger and garlic pieces to extract the most flavor out of them. That's the most wonderful smell. So whilst those onions are browning, we're going to go ahead and grind these peppercorns. Now you could use pepper powder, however, you will never get that delicious fragrant flavor that you get from whole peppercorns. So we're going to add some into our pestle and mortar, and most of the action should be up and down. If you start spinning like this, it's going to go everywhere. So focus on bashing these peppercorns down. Straight out of the mortar, we've got our fresh cracked pepper, and the onions are beautiful and beige. So if you come over here and take a look at that color, that's exactly what we want. I wish you could smell this. It is absolutely divine. So we're going to go ahead with the pepper and turmeric. Now I'm adding the pepper for flavor, however, there is also a health benefit to adding pepper to your turmeric. Now there's an active component in the pepper that, when mixed with turmeric, increases the absorption of the curcumin, which is the active component in turmeric. And what this does is reduce your inflammation in your body, and it's great for purifying your blood. So all good things in this mussel dish. Okay, now you don't need too long because we don't want to burn the turmeric as well. So give it about 30 seconds, and you see all of this yummy brown bits at the bottom of your pan. Don't panic, that is actually part of your flavor. So all of that's going to lift when we add that coconut milk in. Look at the aesthetic drama in this scene. Karl Lagerfeld would definitely approve. So as soon as the onions reach that golden shade, we're going to go in with our full fat coconut cream, and that gets poured right in. Oh, and I just love this contrast in color. You go ahead and mix that through very gently. We don't want anything to split. When you're cooking with high fat content liquids, there's always a risk of that. So all you do, heat goes low, and we're going to keep our movements nice and slow. So we just need maybe 1 or 2 minutes to let those onions and spices marry up with that coconut cream. At this point, you can go and put in your salt. So I just have table salt, a teaspoon of that. We've got these cherry tomatoes that go in, and our julienne green chili, which, remember, it's not going to be spicy, just a little kiss of warmth. Would you just look at those colors? So inviting. And this is only going to take about a minute. As soon as you see little bubbles, we're going to add these mussels straight in. So as you can see over here, we've got these little bubbles happening, which means it's time for the mussels. Now, as you can see, it's quite thick, but don't worry because there's a lot of mussel liqueur in here. And what that is the mussel's own juices, and that is going to thin out our thick gravy. So in they go. Don't you just love that noise? Ah, and then get them around. This clattering makes me so happy. And then you're going to, with both hands, give them a big shake. Heat goes up, lid goes on, and we go do something for 2 minutes. I need a lime. Quick tip for the lime. So, you see this nib over here? We don't want to be cutting straight on top of that. You want to go 1 centimeter to the left or the right, and that way you miss all the seeds. And see, no pips. So it's been a couple minutes. I'm gonna go grab these mussels. And now they should be ready. So grab the lid. Oh, wow. They have opened up. Their juicy little bodies are nice and plump. Oh my gosh, absolutely divine. Now there's only one thing left. Grab that cheek of lime, big squeeze all over, wake those mussels up, and then we're going to go with this luscious, thick coconut cream and get right in there. And you can see this gorgeous contrast. You've got the yellow, you've got the green, the tomatoes with their blushing red, and then the orange from that sweet meat of those mussels. And now my favorite part, the taste. So I'm gonna go with a spoon, get deep down, and then a nice taste. Oh yes. Everything is in balance, it's great. You've got the acidity from the lime, you've got the creaminess of the coconut. It's all working perfectly. And don't forget, mussels are already briny, so be careful on the salt. There's plenty of saltiness in these little beauties. Now, a cute little way of eating mussels, you don't even need cutlery. All you need is a nice big baguette and 2 mussel shells. Then you go ahead, over here, use this as your portable spoon, and then, as easy as that. Now you're going to want to grab the biggest baguette that you can so that you can mop up all that luscious sauce. So how I like to do this, grab your mussel, grab some green chili, a bit of that tomato, and then simply dunk. It's absolutely exquisite. Even if you don't like mussels, give this one a go. It is not fishy, it's absolutely divine, and everything you want from a seafood Christmas dish. So this summer, get that iron and protein up and make a delicious pot of these mussels. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more heavenly morsels.